Hello, welcome to Melanin and Albinoid Live. I am Lady Abimbola. Welcome to today's blog on Melanin and Albinoid Live. And for those that have been following me, I actually do my blogs in English. This particular blog, Melanin and Albinoid Live, I do it in English, and I talk about the racist system and the gang stalking program. Why have I chosen this topic that is so much, I won't even say scandalous, but it's so much resented, by the opposing parties, but so much, there's so much fear by the melanin people themselves, because I see some that really it's even a torture talking about it. But you see, the problem we don't know exists, the problem we don't face, we cannot deal with it. Okay, on this particular occasion, I will be talking, as always, about the racist system. And today I would like to show you how it functions in the society. Because when I know so many people are tired of it, the melanin definitely were exhausted with this predatory and satanic program that is against us, that actually prey on us 24/7, harasses us, persecutes us, kill us, malign our character, place us in a class with a bad reputation, and of course continuous psychological, emotional distress, psychological torture, emotional distress, economical strangulations, limitations, and forced unemployment. Well, when I talk about this, I've had situations whereby people that speak other languages, I stay in Central Europe, where they speak other languages apart from English, and I speak 5 international languages. I have another blog which is Lady Abimbola Online, where I talk about health and lifestyle, and I try to speak a little bit other languages like English, Italian, German, and other languages, so that at least other people can understand, some of the explanation I'm giving on the garden or whatever that has to do with life, health and lifestyle. I just started, that translation thing. But also, it would be unfair, to do melanin and albinoid in other languages, because most of my viewers are English speaking, all over the world. English is the universal language. So if I speak German here, I'll just be limiting it to the German speaking people. If I speak only Italian or French, I'll just be limiting it to that language speaking population. And that's not my intention. Today, my intention is to talk about a program that harasses us. And how does it function? First of all, how does it penetrate to the governmental level and to the law enforcement level and so on? To start with, is a system that has been created for a very long time. After even before the slave trade came into existence, because basically after the Europeans migrated to America and they took over Americans from the Red Indians, they needed more help. They went in search of the Jews that escaped from Israel, from the assault of the Roman army that went to Israel and destroyed Israel, and now a new nation of Israel has been converted, because the melanin living there, the citizens, the real Jews, have been driven out. So in Africa, they went there and took the slaves, went to America. We all know all that stories. And since then, there has been this situation of slavery all over the place. And Africa has been exposed to unjustified colonization, which was enforced on us. Not like the history books is telling us. Actually, colonization was forced on us. If you go to the history, go and search history, the real history, not the history book we have been, we have been taught in school. But if you go to the real history of colonization in Africa, you find out that there were, in Africa, we even had, just like the Jews had in Germany under the Nazi, when they had these concentration camps where they were killed. We have that also in Africa, where they instilled fear by killing Africans, by destroying Africans, and also by actually torturing Africa to the point of death. Colonization actually started like that, through intimidation, not because we were fools. We were actually teaching these people who were open, like we still have that personality till today. We're open to teaching others, helping others grow. But it's a system whereby you find people that you want to teach to grow. Now they want to not just grow past you or be better than you. Now they don't even want you to teach them again. They want you to now be the golden goose that actually feeds them, that you don't feed yourself again. So the racist system was established, I believe, under this concept that these are golden geese, but we will not allow them to be fruitful for themselves, but for us. Well, time flied, and they had the First World War. After they cancelled slavery. Well, they cancelled it theoretically, that nobody should hold anybody slave again or whatever, but we know that's just theoretically it is cancelled. Practically, we still have slavery on the melanin people till today. Modern day slavery, we call it. Well, when the First World War happened, and basically all the white that went to fight, they came back broke, busted, and disgusted. No house, nothing again to their name, because they use everything they have to fight a war. Like it has been something they've always liked, fighting war, intimidating people, and all kind of things. But when they went back to America, for example, in America, they realized that the melanin people, I will not use the word black, okay? I just want to quickly say this, then I continue what I'm saying, okay? About the melanin people in America. Melanin people should never accept being called black. We are not black. Look at my skin. I am not black. I am dark skin. I am chocolate. Chocolate is a color. Brown is a color. I'm brown skin. Brown is a color. Black. This is black. Black has no color. This is black. Black has no color. Black represents negativity. It represents everything evil, dark, black, everything. You have blackball. When you blackball somebody in the society, you cut somebody off. You afflict somebody away from the society. When you call the devil, they call the devil black. Then so that has to, because all those things are psychological things that is instilled. That's why you see some melanin people going crazy, acting like a zombified slave, because of all those little things we say they are little, but they are not. Calling yourself bitches. So when they now call you prostitute, you are offended. When somebody called me out of my name, I am offended. But I don't play with somebody calling me a bitch or whatever. If you call me a bitch, I will give you the length of my tongue, or I will call you to order immediately. But I don't mix with people that can go to that level with me. I don't converse. I don't have such a relationship with people to actually get to that level with me. You understand? So when you begin, all those things is a mind-controlled system. Do you call yourself bitches? So they call you prostitute. You call yourself, bad boy, then they call you criminals. They call you black, that represent negativity. So they say, they place you in a class with a bad reputation. So you see the way you are cooperating. We as a race are cooperating. We are cooperating with the racist system that is meant to destroy us. Psychological, mind control. Now, let's go back to the black in America. I just wanted to say that. So, the blacks in America, when the ones that went to fight war, they got back to America, they found that the black in America, they've already become millionaires. They've constructed companies for themselves, they've had planes, they've had private, basically they call that period Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street is actually the height of the riches of the black people. Then they came back, the black was accommodating. We forget the past that this is the same people that held us captive. This is the same people that made us slaves for them. This is the same people that afflicted us on the field. This is the same people that starved us, raped our children, our virgin children, raped our wives in front of us, and killed us like animals. This is the same people that killed us continuously. They did not think that way. They accommodated them back. They wanted to give them a home, a place to call home. They offered them jobs in their fabrics, in their factories. They offered the white people that came back broke, busted, and disgusted, who were feeding on welfare. Yes, the albinoid people were feeding on welfare. Then the melanin people, the melanin slaves that were slaves before, now are millionaires. They own their private planes. Their children went to private school. They've created private schools for themselves. They've created factories, industry. They've almost taken over America. But when the albino came back from war, they had no choice but to be slaves to the people that they actually held captive before. But they were not content with this, and our vulnerability is our compassion. And also I have learned from this, because each time I have problem or situation with people, it has been out of my compassion they penetrate. Like, or giving a shelter to people that have no home, and they become they become a burden, a thorn in the flesh for you, because you gave them a shelter or whatever like that. So all these things is actually, we have to balance things out. Be compassionate, but be prudent, because it can be used against you. Michael Jackson, for example, he lost children because his childhood was stolen from him. He began to help children, sponsor children, do all kinds of things to children, but it's the same children they used against him. If probably he was sponsoring children, he allowed them to be with him, and he never allowed them into his own playing with them, he now crossed the line. Assuming he did not allow them playing around with it, I believe it was innocent. But because he was just feeling, it was just an innocent thing, what have I done? But the people that want to kill you, that want to destroy you, they will use anything against you. Helping children has no problem. Sponsoring them has no problem. But now taking them into your room to sleep, to spend the night, now anybody can exaggerate and accuse you of anything that you're not guilty of, and make something small to be something big. And as an adult, maybe in your house you had some pictures that are not decent, or videos that are not decent. Maybe you were never even watching them with the kids, but that can always be manipulated against us. So the Black Wall Street, we actually were sabotaged, because now the whites, after they were given job by the their black bosses, they started strategizing on how to convert wealth. Their mindset is never to play fair in anything. First of all, they took us captive, and now we are now the one that are rich, but we are not paying them back what they deserve. But we still took them back with compassion and helped them. But instead of this, they now start strategizing to collect the wealth from the blacks. So now this is where Martin Luther King came in. People believe that Martin Luther King was deceived. He may be deceived at a certain point, but at an initial stage. But at a certain point, Martin Luther King wholeheartedly cooperated with the project to destroy the melanin people, because there was a video, there was a film about the Federal Bureau of Investigation having a conversation with Malcolm X, and in this video, allegedly, if it was an FBI agent, I do not know, but there was this video, there was a conversation with Malcolm X. And Malcolm X, they were trying to tell him, they were going to pay him off to try to calm things down and, work for them, basically against his own people, just like Martin Luther King did. And during his time, he said that we should fear a black person that is being promoted by the white community, because not that they love us that much. They have never demonstrated any kind of pure love towards us. So if they are now promoting one of us, if they give you Nobel Prize for whatever, And you're supposed to be an activist fighting against a wicked system that has established a racist system against us, and all of a sudden you are being given a Nobel Prize. Well, there's something fishy about this. Let me just have a glass. Sorry about that. So they actually, Malcolm X actually said that we should fear the black, that gets promoted, exalted by the community that is actually harassing you. How can you be killing people, letting dogs bite them like animals, and doing all kind of things, dehumanizing things? And the most painful thing was Martin Luther King was used to sabotage the industry, the economical industry, the Black Wall Street of the melanin people. And when the Black Wall Street crashed, not because they don't know how to do, because this is the same slaves that built America. This is the same slave that when all the attackers, the saboteurs, the penetrators, the people that continuously instigate destruction upon the race, they went for war. They were busy building because they didn't have this opposition around them again. I'm coming to a point why I mentioned this and why I'm mentioning all these things. Because when they went to war and they were out of sight, the melanin people were able to have peace of mind to concentrate and achieve the same victory they had as a slave, to build America, to build everywhere in the world, to build the pyramids in Egypt, to build everywhere in the world. They were able to concentrate and build their own economy, and they became millionaires because we're capable of doing that. And when they saw, actually, when they were out of sight, what we could do, now the racist system was established. After Martin Luther King, first of all, have been used to sabotage us because they need to make the millionaires, to destroy the millionaires amongst us, because economical strength means that can be used against them. Though we don't have anything against them. We don't have anything against the melanins and the albino society. We are not bothered about them. We are not trying to attack them. We are not harassing them. We are not doing anything. We have just been living a life to defend ourselves from a race that continuously kills us, restricts us, sabotage us, and destroy us. We have been living a life of defending ourselves. Enough is enough. Nobody wants to live this life. What I'm just trying to bring out of this, since the law enforcement agents are the major instrument that can be used, that can limit so many things in court, they can get away with murder in court if they cannot be proven beyond reasonable doubt. If it's a murder that they can manipulate, they can manipulate. For example, if they shoot a black person, you are not harmed and everything, and they can plant a gun beside you, they can say you tried to shoot them. They might say you provoked them. They might say whatever. So with the law enforcement agent, this can actually happen with so many easy way to sabotage any case. But with a citizen, I still see things happening that they could manipulate things. So the racist system established against us to prey on us, and preying on us actually 24/7 means that there are a group of people under contract who have been paid, who have been given money. There are a group of people that have been given money to go after us, to spy on us, what we do, what we do, how we do it, when we do it, who we interact with, what our desire is, what our economical state is. Some of you say, oh, you have white friends and everything. They want to know, are you growing economically? And why do you think all our black boys, all our footballers, all our artists that are millionaires today, why is it that they have an albino lady hanging on them? Why? not because of love, because they are meant to actually take advantage of the wealth they have. Some of our boys are getting smart now, but some are still extremely stupid. Like the footballer in from I think it's Congo or one of this French-speaking country. This is a complete illiterate. He went to France. He became wealthy as a footballer. Of course, illiteracy is still something that will be used against him. If you're an illiterate, you don't know to read and write, you start commanding millions. You can't manage millions. It's just like Mike Tyson. His illiteracy worked against him. If actually he had a good person by him, he's illiterate, fine. It doesn't mean an illiterate person cannot have money. Alkali is an illiterate also, but he was made able to manage his money, but they were able to sidetrack him also and sabotage so many things, but he was able also to gather certain things. That's the difference of Michael Jackson, who was actually educated. He was self-educated, and he was also home-educated, homeschooled. So Michael Jackson had the intelligence that these people are just messing around with me. These people don't have my best interest, and they're just after money. He was still playing along, but he was also buying things, buying things and buying investment for his tomorrow, because he knows none of these people surrounding him loves him, have his best interest at heart. So that's the difference between an educated person and an ignorant fool. So this guy in France, this footballer in France, he got a white wife who cleaned him. She never even gave him $1 million out of his, I think, 20-something or 20-something million euro that he was worth. He never even gave him $1 million. She made him destitute because he signed over his house, he signed over his money, he signed over everything to her. So when she got divorced from him, she was already the sole owner of all his property. The judge would have been laughing his heart out. The judge knew what happened was unfair, but as long as his signature was there, she deceived him to sign over everything. And he went back to Africa. People actually came to work together to buy him a plane ticket. This is somebody worth 20-something million euro. They had to gather to buy him a ticket to go back to Africa, to marry, and his ex-girlfriend that he left, he dumped for a white girl, was the one that now married him in his poverty. When he had $1 million, he was with a white girl. So the racist system is like that, to condition your mind. Amongst us, the ones that are educated, has potential, have things to offer, they want us to be part of them, because they actually don't want our race to have anything, any hope of surviving. They don't want you to have millionaires among you. They don't want you to have educated people amongst us. If you're educated and you're melanin, they will quickly organize a white man to marry you. If you want, whatever white man you want. It can be rich, it can be anybody will come to you that is white. They will give you every kind of love you want, because they're on a mission. They are not there to love you. They're just there on a mission to make you trust them enough that you think they can be, you can marry them. And when this is done, the target is your talent, your wealth, and whatever you have to offer that should be given to their own race. So when you see all these things, infrastructure, whatever, somebody made a plane, it's an albino, this and this, they exaggerate the little things they do. The little things the albino society does. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not against the albino society. I'm just trying to tell you the racist system, how it works. They exaggerate what the little things. Yes, I said the little things the albino race does. They expatiate, elaborate, illuminate it. But all the beautiful things the melanin people do is swept under the ground. That's why, I'm happy so many people are coming and talking about the melanin. Like here in Central Europe where I live, there's a train called Italo train. It's a project actually started by a Nigerian man. Yes, a Nigerian man. And it's one of the best, fast, the most decent private train here in Italy where I live, where I reside. Also in England, there is an airport there owned by a Yoruba man. This train also is by a Yoruba man. You say, we Yorubas were doing things. Hey, yes, Yorubas all over the world. But they don't say, and they don't talk about that. They talk about all the 419s, all the fraudsters. Yes, I'm not saying we don't have a fraudster. Well, fraudsters, where did they learn to be fraudsters? Where did they learn it from? Oh, maybe they learned it in the Black Wall Street when the white came back and sabotaged when the white came back from war and sabotaged the black. Oh, that is fraudster attitude. Yes, maybe they learned it from there, but they don't call that fraudster. When we do something, oh, they give it a name, they give it a title immediately. Oh, they're fraudsters. Oh, they're criminals. They're prostitutes. Are you crazy? But orange behavior, I don't want to criticize, so it will look as if I'm trying to criticize a race or whatever, because that's not the thing here. But I just want you to see the difference, how they parallel this something. You see an afro on an afro person. Oh, look at the wig she has on her head. Look at the strange nappy hair she has. But when you see an afro on a white person, oh, it's fashion. When you see braids on a white person, oh, it's beautiful, it's original, it's artistic. When you see it on a black woman, it's she's a whore. When you see dreadlocks on a black person, oh, it's a dirty looking kind of hair. But when you see it on a white person, it's high fashion. When we come as a natural, beautiful melanin skin, is, oh, look, they have a dirty skin. But they go into the sun to become dark. Oh, they're sun tanning to make their skin beautiful. You make your skin beautiful to look like us, but us that already have the black skin, where we have a dirty skin. I just want you to understand where I'm going there. It's not an attack. I just want you to see what I'm trying to say here. We live a life of continuous criticism, prejudice. This is how the racist system functions.